these lights. Oh, let's see here. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, hello, Brett. I'm trying something, man. Hello, Brett. Let me turn this volume down here. Man. Hold on. Hello, Brett. Let me turn this volume down here. Boy, the delay here. Hello, Brett. There. I've never done this before. So I am just, what's up? Hey, John. I've never tried this before. Can you guys hear me? That's all I give a shit about right at the moment. As long as y'all can hear me, I will continue. I'm trying something. Okay, great. I don't think I've done this. I've been live before, but not like this. Usually I'll do StreamYard where it's really different. But I wanted to do it this way just so I could see chats and whatnot. Anyway, so what I'm doing here, I just decided to go live just because I had a wild hair up my ass. I'm sort of semi-retired now, so I've got time. And I wanted to see if we could do session number 19 and session number 20 live, I guess. We shuffled on the last video, and so I got this little 8 of diamonds here. It's all set, so I don't have to screw with it. Every once in a while, I don't mind going live. Let's back this out of the way. But it's really weird. I'm looking over at the screen. It's probably a 5-second delay from what I do versus what I see on YouTube. But that's okay. This is, like I say, just a wild hair. All right, so I'm going to try to do session 19 and session 20. Hopefully I can do it with one shoe. Maybe answer any questions you guys. I'm trying to be very thorough when I do these. And I know that most craps players are like, oh, bah humbug on Baccarat. But if you don't play Baccarat, you're missing out. That's just my opinion. With everything that I teach, everything I preach, that's what I try to do. And so let's just go live with it and see what happens. I always start $100 with player. It's just something that I do. You can obviously start with banker. It doesn't really matter. It's such a 50-50 deal. All we're going to try to do is catch a run. That's it. That's all we want. And if we can get to $300, I got a $5,600 bankroll for my ladders. I should be able to do it no matter what happens. Let's catch the streak and get the hell out. That's the deal. Always remember, like I tell you, every strategy will go down sooner or later. Best bet in all the casino is never to make the first bet. Gambling sucks. That's a fact. Or it can suck, I guess. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Let's just hope the player goes on a run just from get-go. There's an 8, natural. All right, that's how you start this crap. All right, so we win 100. We regress to 50. Best move in all the world, right there. Right there. It doesn't matter. I know you got folks, John's on there too. He likes his 1, 3, 2, 4, and there's nothing wrong with it. You know, your strategy is based on what you want to accomplish for that session, the bankroll that you want to put down that session. Everything's about what do you want to do right now? Well, I want to do what I want to do. Uh, I want to protect myself from a win loss. I want to win money if I tie them. That's just me. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can do a up and pull. Let's see if the player will give it to me. Another natural 8 versus a 5. Here we go, Mr. Player. I like that. So we get paid 50. And we go up, pull. Now I've got 75 on the felt, 75 in the rack. It couldn't be any better unless this thing goes on a hell of a tear. All right. Oh my God. 8. 8. Ooh, a tie. Sucky poo-poo. Sucky poo-poo. To tie on an 8. That sucks. Another 8. Another 8. Oh, my Atlanta. 2 8 ties. Oh, crapola. And I'm not looking at that. So I'll look over there periodically to see what you guys are chatting about. There's a 5 and there's a 4. What's the rule? 2 through 7. He will only draw on a 2 through 7 with a 4. That's a 7. He has to draw. Okay? So what does he have? He has a 2. Alright? So he can screw himself. Y'all hear that music? That's my brother calling me. I ain't live. I don't know if you guys can hear that damn phone ring or not. Anyway, so he only has a 2. He can only screw himself with this particular rule. So 4, 5, but he didn't. So, player loses. And we lose 75 bucks, but no big deal. All right. So we've won a few bucks. I'm coming over to Banker. Now we're going up. Our new base is now 125. Let me get over here. Brent, you like the betting strategy? I'll be trying it on the blackjack table on my upcoming cruise. I tell you what, this strategy can be transferred into so many different things. I like Baccarat just because of the streaks, but, you know, first win, regress, up and pull, then go into a ladder, and you get the, you know, it's everything you can almost do. You know, will it still lose sooner or later? But still. Yeah, John, answer the phone. Nah, that was my brother. I got these ringtones. Plus, I'm using the camera to live. What am I supposed to do? Cut the live feed just to answer his call? I don't think so. All right, here we go. Somebody needs to go on a run. There's a 4. And there's a 4. All right, same rule applies. 2 through 7. That ain't a 2 through 7, so he does not by rule. And so therefore, it becomes a tie. All right, Mr. Banker, come on now. Let's get on that run. There's a 4. There's a natural 8. That's what we want. All right, we're gonna win 125 bucks. It's $5 per 100 here, so I'm gonna throw $5. I guess I could do the $2 too. 5%. That's about what it is. So anyway, remember that was our new base. So now I get to regress. Look at this shit. Let me put my 100 back over here. I'm not worried about that $5 that I'm missing. I'm up 150 and I got 50 on the felt. This is what you want. Profit and play. And this is the only way I know to do it. I mean, you know. Let's see here. What are you saying, John? Up and pull. 1, 3, 2, 4. Simple ladder parlay. All work on every game. I like the rup. And then switching to the 1, 3, 2, 4 or something more aggressive after you lock up. Yeah, I mean, because see, John, what you're talking about right there, getting into excess. And I do the KKG fuck you bet, but I don't talk about excess enough. All right. When you get a certain amount of excess and you're comfortable, yes, sir, you can switch to whatever you want. And yeah, Brent, 3 ties. I get there's about 4 ties a shoe average. It's about it's 10%. I guess you could create some kind of a ladder strategy, like, $5, $5, $5, and then figure out the progressions to grab them ties. But that's a lot of money waiting on a tie. You make so much more just doing this. But anyway, here we go. Banker, let's see if we can get them on a run. Somebody's got to go on a run. Somebody. There's a 2 and there's a 6. What's the rule? 6 or 7. And it ain't a 6 or 7. He will not draw by rule. That gives him 1. So by rule, banker wins. So we're going to win 50, which is another $2, let's say. So let's pull 2 out of here. This is all my big money here. And here we go. Come on, banker. Run, run. Run, 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 run. Let's see. 0, 1. They're both going to draw. There's a 3. Come on, banker. No! We got duped on that one. So we lose that 75. That's okay, though. All right. Now our new base is now 150. Now you don't have to do that part. You could keep it at $100 base if you want. There's a 4. There's a 0. Okay, what's the rule? 2 through 7. So I hope it's not a 2 through 7, so he can't draw to try to help himself. But it is. But I got a 9, but he has to draw now. 6 versus a 9. Bite me, Mr. Banker. Bite me, bite me, bite me hard. All right, so we're going to win $1.50. No commission on the player. I like that. And then I'm going to regress to 50. Now watch this, man. I've got 275 here, and I'm playing. All right. I want to try to get to 300. It's 300 or more. But if I don't have, this is a $50 minimum table, or I would take the 300 and play. But I can't. So me, 275 locked up, bye. Now let's see what this can do. This is the smart way to play this game. I think when people ultimately lose, they're screwing up somewhere. A little bit extra greedy, a little bit playing too long, something. Like saying, well, I only got 275 locked up, minus I owe a couple of these for the VIGs over here, so I have to do more. No, you don't. You got to get that out of your head. I'll look over here at the screen in a second. Let me get this going. All right, player, come on, run me down. Run it. There's a 5 and an 8. I lose. So what? So what? Take this, change this. All right. Replace that. Replace that. And there's my profit. This was all for the house. What am I going to win this session? Session number 19. 200, 250, 265, $266. How long did that take me? I don't see a clock on my gizmo. It doesn't freaking matter. Wasn't no longer than 15 minutes. I'll guarantee you. And unlike craps, when I roll craps, I'm rolling them fast. And Waylon does it fast. Well, we know it takes longer per roll to do all the bets and whatnot. This is it. This is pretty much how it works. So timing is about right. Okay. So that was session number 19. We always put 100 in the bank, and we're gonna do 100 in excess. And if anybody's texting me, I can't see it because. And we're gonna go fun. And then I'm going to put this over here in my pocket. Now I get to look over here. And then I'll go again. Let's see what we got. So Brent's going to try this on blackjack. It should work. It should work. This is how I played. You know, I couldn't get on the craps table, Brent. You know, I had somebody calling me a liar. Well, you know, I had to tell him to fuck himself. But I couldn't. I couldn't get on. And I won it with other games playing this way. Let's see. Where are we at? What are you saying, John? Like, when you did the triple regression, that's the time to move to a big part. Yeah, you surely can. And that part, John, like your pie graph, your God bless it. I just saw you this morning. But that list, a person's risk versus reward, how they identify going in to something. Everybody's different. And mine, because I gambled for a living, at Ken Keith, I can't get out of its way. I'm more about racking than trying to go for the moon. Even in an advantageous situation like you're talking about, and you're not wrong. Hey, you're $100 over, you know, your deal, and you take that $100 to try to do a 1-3-2-4. Perfect. You can do it. Me, I'd rather have the fucking $100 locked up, but that's just me. I can't get out of my own way that way. Well, Brent, yes, increasing the base does make it a little bit more aggressive, but I'm only going up after I'm in profit. So the worst, yeah, it makes the ladder higher. It does make everything higher, and it will make that ass pucker if it gets into a bigger chop. But if you go up on profit, then you can, if you get a couple hits, boy, you're out quick. And my whole thing is getting out of here fast. And not a lot of people can do that. That's fact. You know, I said it, I think, on my 5th video 5 years ago, for whatever I did 5 years ago. It was my 5th video. And I was telling people that, you know, and I was telling people how the brain works. Well, you know, I just laid out my $1,000 and they counted all the money and had to get the pit boss over there and look, and they did so much work, and I won it in 5 minutes. I got to keep playing because I don't want to cash in. The brain will fuck you up, you know, and I'm just such a big fan of getting what you want, hitting. That's it. That's just me. But I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong, y'all. In the long run, it's better for you than the other. That's just me. All right, let's see here. 275 or whatever that'll take. Let's see, what do you say? Or whatever, and take the last 50 and do a 3-leg. See, John, you have that. You have that thing in you. While it's not wrong, right? Okay, let's take something and try to go crazy with it. That's in you. I think you did that in your, you did a little survey on your new app, and you admit that, okay? So that that little part is so instilled in John. And like I say, it's not wrong. I'd just rather have the $50 locked up. The bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush to me. But, you know, on your bridge, there's the word, on your bridge, everybody has to figure out where they are on that pie graph. I'm just super conservative. I'd rather lock up to 50 than try to burn it. Unless I got that extra 25, I'm done. I've stuffed my envelopes. Then I can do a fuck you bet. I don't mind doing that. But everybody is different. And so that part of you that is not wrong wanting to do that, it's just not me, you know. Um, I don't know what to say about that one. Um, then you're telling me that your craps gets full. Boy, tell me about it. Oh, IPTV is here. I owed myself $75, but you would have lost. Why do why do I owe myself 50? You owe yourself 75, but you would have lost 100. Did I make a boo-boo, IP? Well, it ain't like I ain't never made one before, huh? Waylon! Waylon and Alicia, hello, my brother from another mother. Waylon, I tell you what, Waylon, you either love him or you hate him, but me and him think so much alike. Getting the hell out of Dodge, we think so much alike, and I appreciate Waylon and Alicia. They shout me out on their lives all the time. Forgive me, Waylon. I just can't hang with those 3 and 4 and 5 hour lives, brother. I'm an old fart, man. I can't do it. I watch them as long as I can, and then I bail out. But Waylon, so if you guys don't know, him and Alicia have been going live like a lot, man. And it ain't like me that tries to keep it 45 minutes or an hour. These brothers and sisters, they will fucking go live, man. And so if anybody ever says, well, well, you never lose or bitch and moan or whatever, man, when you run live like that for hours and hours and hours, boy, it's hard to argue with that, isn't it? Huh, Waylon? Hard to argue with that shit. That is one of my favorite people of all times, Waylon. I'm telling you, we've come up. It was really, this strategy was encompassing a lot of the stuff that he already did and I already did. And then he helped us create the retirement plan, which I still think is the best way to play craps. The end. Anyway, Waylon, good to see you, man. Let's see here. I'm still reading, y'all. Okay, bit about to prove the dealer and open the craps table. Ken, this is from FL Cop, Flucop. Ken, John Waylon, thanks a million for all the great advice. John, I met you at Casino Quest and you worked with me on the craps table. Thanks again, brother. Brent says, love him. Talking about Waylon, I guess. All right, you guys are just talking. Hard to argue with live, isn't it? Waylon, so hard. All right, that was session 19. We're going to continue. We are now going for session 20. So we go 20-0. Bankroll is back. Here we go. Start with player. Rock and roll. Hey, how do you guys like the fact that I go over these rules almost every single hand to help you guys understand what's going on? I think it helps. Hopefully. All right, here we go. Let's let the player do what it did last time. Like that. Natural 9 versus a 6. We'll take it. Anytime you can get into regression up in pole, man, you're in good shape. All right, so there's 100. We'll replace that with a 50. So now you see, to me, the regression is the best single move of all betting the end. Because if you win one, let's say you're a flat better, win one, lose one, you're tied. Let's say you're a 1-3-2-4 player. Okay, you win your first 100. You lay 3 out there and lose, you're down. Okay, but let's say you're a presser. You lay 100, you win it, and press it and lose, you're even. I'm telling you, this way, you win your first bet, regress, You can win one and lose one and still be up. Is it as aggressive as some of you cats like to get? No, but it's the fucking safest thing. All right, so here we go. Let's go on a run, Mr. Player. This is session number 20. There's a natural 9, 4. That's what I like to see. All right, there's 50. Up and pull. And I know I hear you guys out there, especially John over there. Yeah, but if you did the 1, 3, yeah, I know, I hear you. I hear you. But do this over many shoes. I think you'll win more this way than the other way. That's just me. All right, here we go. That's a 5, and that's a 3. I'm gonna wait. What is that called? Right there, y'all. I've been doing this now for 20 sessions. What is this called? As I look, I call the natural 9 and 8. Well. Oh, well. Okay. All right, IP. I get it. You know, it's not like I don't ever fuck up, right? Yeah, man. Yama bro. Is it Yama bro? Shit. We got live, baby. And Dr. D, don't pass one is in the house. Heavy hitters in the house. I know, man. John Whalen. All right, Brent. 38 special. That a boy, Brent. All right. John, Dr. Doom. Who's Dr. Doom? Oh, Dr. Don't Pass. But yes, sir. It is called the 38 special. Sometimes the rules will help. They're designed to help the banker. That's what these rules are for. That's why the banker has just a C hair better advantage than the player, but not much. And sometimes it helps him and sometimes it don't. Let's see if it helps him this time. That 5 means he has to draw. But listen, 38 special, he has to draw on anything but an 8. So what the player is actually hoping for is 8 on that third card. Well, let's see. 8 would be, yeah, we'd win. But let's see. Here we go. Anything but an 8. It's a 7. So he has to draw. So we got 5 plus 7 is 2. So now it's a 2 versus a 3. He has to draw. Okay, he whooped our ass. That's okay. So we lose $75. We haven't been able to get over the 75 mark. All right. So since this is a new session, our new base now is $125. There's a 4. There's another 38 special right there. There's a 5. He has to draw. And the banker loses that one. Yes, sir. On that 30, he has to draw anything but an 8. So that one didn't help him none. On that one. So we lose the 1 1/4. We're gonna go full ladder. I hope it hits here so I don't have to pay the commission. Really. That's a 3 versus a natural 8. Boom! He gets hit. 250. 375 is next. Zero. 7. He ain't drawing no matter what. 0. Banker's gonna win. 375. 375. We come now down to 250. We come down the ladder. All right, I got Vig to pay on 375. That's 5, 10, 15. What is that? Ah, 375 times 5%. 1875. So we'll do 19. There, we're paid. Here we go. Come on, banker. Run it, baby. Run it. Uh-oh. 8, 9. He toasted us there. All right. Now we're back to 375. Here. 5, 7. 5, 7. We lose again. We're into that little chop. 375. I think I've been to 6 something once. Now we go to banker for 5. There's a 1. There's a 0. That's a 1. And that's a 5. So banker wins. That's a $25 rig. There's 500. Now we go to 375. Stick with that. I'll get over to you guys' chatter here before too long. We need a little mini run here. 6. He won't draw. 6. Neither will he. Tie. Five, 0, 4, 5, 6, 7. He'll draw. If it's not a 4, 5, 6, 7, he will not draw. So let's see what happens. It's a 5. He's got a 0, but this rule right here, 4 through 7, means he has to draw. So 0, let's see if he can beat a 0. He did not. 0 versus 0 is a freaking tie. That does suck a big one. That was his chance. 0. 0. Oh my God. 3, 7. Yay, yay, banker. All right, 375. 3. 75. We get to go down to 250. Now let's see where we're at here. Let's get 100. Really, we're up 250. Really, we're up 3. Watch this, y'all. This is being smart. Listen, he's sort of chopping us now. It's not like easy peasy. This is how my brain works. I'm going to take this quarter. Don't I owe Vig here? 375, 15. Yeah, we'll do another $18. Something like that. All right, let's take this $50. Okay, let's get the rack back. And let's get $10 in whites. All right. So, what would you do? I always tell you, practice as if you were on the table. Don't practice just because it's fake freaking money. It's the only way you can learn about yourself and really the strategy. Okay? So, what am I up right now? I'm up $250. 260. 263. All right? You can, if you wanted to, drop it. and take $100 less. You can take the 250. What would you do? You're $60 away from 300. Let's just take a pause and see. Let's see what you guys would do. John, what are you saying here? Follow the shoot in a chop can be a death sentence sometimes, especially with the ladder. Do you ever just stick on player until the chop ends? Well, here's what I tell everybody, John. Whichever way you decide to do it, if you don't trust it, don't play it. I'm trusting that somebody's going to go on a run. What would have happened the other night? Well, the 2 sessions in a row, one of these guys went crazy. And if I was trying to stick with one all the time, it would have busted me twice. Except following, I won big twice. So can you, to try to, to me, when you try to figure shit out, well, it's in a chop, so now I'm going to play the chop, and now I'm going to play all the, and you keep, just take this strategy and run it. I trust it. The end. If I go down, I go down. I'm going to go down with the shit because I trust it. I'm not going to try to second guess a shoe. But can you? Sure. It's like you preach. You do it anything you want to. Anything you want to. Whatever, in your little pie graph that you teach, John, your risk versus reward, whatever, your tolerance, your lean in or lean out of something, that's an individual thing. So me, I'm just going to go with it. So, yeah. Let's see. Brent says, I'd risk the 50 and lock up 200. That's not bad. FL, I'd punch out and run to the house, but I'm playing with scared. IPT, if you're laddering, you stick on the one until you're back. Typically, I like to parlay instead of a ladder all the way down. Yeah, it just gets down to, hey, what do you want to do? You know what I mean? What do you want to do? So now it comes down to, what am I going to do? Okay? I like this move. Let's see. I can't remember who won. Who won the last one? Banker, I think, didn't it? I'm going to take $210 on this session. I didn't really get to 3. I could have, but I'm trying to do this as if I was there. And I've been chopping. It's been not too easy, but it's showing you the power of that ladder, buddy. You get up there, $500, and boy, and as you're coming down, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to go this way. All right, here we go. And maybe the banker will go on a run. Maybe he won't. There's a 0 versus a 4. This has got to be a 2 through 7. It's not. He won't draw. So therefore, I'm going to win that one. And what do I get? I get to up and pull another quarter. All right. Now, so far in 2 sessions, this is as high as it gets. What is 2? That's like $1. Vig is so small, I don't even care. $50. It's like $250 or so. We'll deal with that here when we're done. I haven't been no higher than the 75 on the up and pull part. Let's see if I can break that right here. Right here, right now. Nope. There's the natural 9. He got us. That's as high as it ever got. But think about it. You go from 100 to 50 or 125 to 50. Look at what you're locking up. Then you win an extra quarter. Boy, that counts. That adds up, y'all. But anyway, we lose that one. So this is what we ended up with for session 20. 225, 35, 38, tip the 3, 10 $10 goes into your pocket. This is all my pocket money. And then I got $2.50 for the envelopes. Remember how I rank them. Bank always gets the $100 in my envelopes, no matter what, even if I lose. But that's all it gets. Excess is the next one. It's getting it 100. And then fun is the third one. Okay, we got tons of money. This all went to the house in commissions. And there's 20. What do y'all think about that? Let me move this aside. I know I've had several people play this. I'm going to shift over so I can see this. Waylon goes, I put my $2.50 in my pocket, go smoke a cigarette, come back later. Yeah, I screwed myself out of about $10-15, but it's like anything else. When you have a goal, when I go, okay, I want 300 to more, really in your heart, all you have to make is $100 for that bank. That's still in the back of your mind. And so I'm thinking, okay, 200, that'll get my bank, and maybe I'll go on a run. I mean, your goal is always higher than what your bank needs. This needs 100 no matter what. I set it at 300 because I have 3 envelopes. If I don't make but 100, I still won. You see what I mean? Psychologically, let's see. John Ken, quit smoking. Quit smoking. Yeah, here's the deal, John. I've been smoking for, since I was 12. I'm 63, 51 years. I've quit for 2 or 3 days before and got the nicotine out. I have. It's all the other triggers, man. I mean, coffee, cigarette. I don't really drink anymore, so, commercial, cigarette. I ate, cigarette. I'm driving. It's all those triggers that I can't seem to get rid of. But you're right. I need to. I've been told that 1,000 times. One day, one day. Let's see here. Amazing how these little wins pile up. Boy, they do. Look at these envelopes. I started, now I don't know how long ago it was, but I had went bust. One of those strategies beat me. I went bust. I took the money from the envelope to get my rack back. But then I emptied this down to $3,300 a piece. $3,300. Now they're up $25,000 from the time I started them and play. And I think a lot of it is how I play, when I quit, why I do what I do. These computers, the people that just run the math, these computers can't think like me. Doesn't mean I can't lose, because I can. But they can't think just like that. You have to program, well, if this happens, then this happens. And if this happens, you can't put a if this, then this to every possible scenario. You can't. So the computer just runs. It don't think. It can't, just like that right there. Well, the computer would have said, I have to get to $300, wouldn't it? That's your goal. The computer said, get to $300. What if it would have went on a bad run and I lost all my money based on that versus bailing out when I did? Then the computer would go, oh, what a sucky strategy. Fuck you, no. Computer can't think like me. And that's what I got to say about that. Let's see here. You could just put 100 in the bank before you start playing. Well, you could. You could. Here, I'm glad you said that, William. Watch this. Now, remember, these ain't going to be with you. All right? Like, if you're going to be at the casino for a few days, then they're in your room and you're safe. But if you live close enough where you can, back and forth, They're at your house. This is done with cash in your house. But let's look at these envelopes. Excess. I got so much money now in the excess. There's $500. I don't have to play this week. Boom. Put 500 right there. You know, or as Waylon said, take 100, drop it in the bank, you know, and then everything is excess at that point, right? And then go to your fund money or whatever, pull out 300 or 400, do John's 1, 3, 2, 4. Go to the, you know, go to the 3-card poker table, whatever. Doesn't matter, right? As long as this bank gets fed, me personally, I don't care who feeds it. The casino feeds it, excess feeds it, fund feeds it. I don't care. It's getting fed. All right. So, well, all right, folks. I think that's all I need to do. Waylon, what you say? My brain's computer is programmed to take the casino's money and be satisfied. You have to. Hello, Alan Stewart. But we know, anybody that's been in this for a while, we know that that's not how most people's brains work. The brain gets into the way. That's why everything I do, it's about psychological too. Like, for example, you know, if you take 1,000 to the table and your loss limit is 50%, that's $500. Quit. Right? Take the 500 to the cage, cash it out. Okay? Versus just take 500 and go to stop loss 0. Psychologically, going to a stop loss 0 to the brain is not as good to the brain as taking 500 to the cage and getting 5 crisp $100 bills to put back in your pocket. Dollar-wise, it's exactly the same. And there's going to be people out there go, well, it's the same money, Ken. You're just playing semantics. No, I'm playing with my fucking brain. Okay? How you think. It is so important, y'all. All right? I had a guy not too long ago, today, ask me what I thought about the auto shuffles. And I says, well, let me ask you this. You're playing, you got 6 people playing, you got, you know, $500 on banker and $500 on player. Who's it going to cheat? How does it decide who's it going to cheat? You got money on both sides. And is it possible for people to cheat with the auto thing? I'm sure it is. But I'm going to suggest to you, if they're cheating, if auto shuffling is cheating, they're not going to cheat you $10, $15, $20 people. They don't give a shit about you. If they were going to do it, and I'm not saying they do, okay? I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But if they did with auto shuffling, it's to get Dana White's, you know, whatever, those big fish. But anyway, let's see what else we got here. Momo FL Cop. Are you like a Florida policeman, Alan? FL Cop? Or who's the FL Cop? Are you a cop? Yeah, Waylon, your loss limit is whatever I take. Can't afford it, don't take it. We preach that all the time, man, but nobody listens. Nobody listens. I mean, what I preach, what Waylon preaches, it's just the best for you. It's not infallible. But if you just take gambling as a whole, it's the best for you. All right. All right. I think that's about it. So you're retired. All right. Ooh, Border Patrol. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, Alan, I appreciate you joining me. All you guys, I'm fixing to kill it. 20-0. And my last 2 are live. So, you know, and I don't, well, you'll just stack the deck. Well, fuck you too. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. But anyway, there you go, y'all. I'm going to kill the feed now. And I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe since I know this way works, maybe I'll do, a few more. I know when Waylon does his, he's getting also people are like, here, super chat, super chat, super chat. I'm like, wow, man. Maybe I ought to do more lives. No, I don't give a shit about that money. Uh, but anyway, I do appreciate any support. But nonetheless, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I don't know when I'll go live again, but there you have it. Let's see if I can kill this feed, y'all. I appreciate it, y'all. Be great, all that. Let's see if I can kill this.